So there's been a lot of talk about 60. So what's with all this 60 stuff? Well, there's 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour. There's 60 spots on a Chinese checkerboard. Wait, I've got more. There's 60 degrees in each angle of an equilateral triangle. 60 is the most common speed limit in the United States. There's a TV show called 60 Minutes and a movie called Gone in 60 Seconds. And the last time the Cleveland Browns were good enough to win anything important, their quarterback, Otto Graham, wore number 60. Yeah, that's right, Batman. 60 is also the highest score with any single throw in dart. Babe Ruth actually hit 60 home runs. Wow, even Kevin Hart's impressed. So what is this 60? It's been 60 years since cross country started at Tippecanoe High School. So how does 60 years actually break down? Well, it's 6 decades, 720 months, 3,130 weeks, 21,915 days, 525,949 hours, and 31,556,952 minutes, and 1,893,417,120 seconds. Yeah, Batman, that's a long time. 60. (1958). What was it like in Tipp City in 1958? What did the students do? What was town like? Stamps for 4 cents. Gas was 26 cents. The Thunderbird and the Chevy ruled the roads. Legos came out. Super glue bonded things together. The microchip and the hula hoop. And cross country. The first high school cross country team. 1958. Who were these guys? There they are. In a yearbook in 1958, that first season, they explain what cross country was. It says cross country was a new sport offered to the students this year. The sport is a competitive foot race, approximately 2 miles in length. The course of the race is over a rough terrain. Often the boys must jump or wade through a creek. Red, white, and blue flags direct the runners through the course of the race. They tell whether to turn right, left, or continue straight ahead. In scoring, the first 5 members of a team to finish receive points according to how they placed in the race. The points are tallied, and the team having the lowest score wins. Tipp is very proud of the team's first-year record. They placed 2nd and 3rd in 2 major meets. In the league meet, they placed 3rd. Larry Lacey was Tipp's outstanding runner. He placed 4th in the league meet against 6 other schools.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
The flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Martin Luther King, the apostle of nonviolence in the civil rights movement, has been shot to death in Memphis, Tennessee.
The Vietnam War. No other event in history caused such a division in our country. Yet the 1960s produced some incredible running performances. In 1964, senior from Wichita East, Kansas, Jim Ryan became the first high school athlete to break the 4-minute barrier in the mile run. That same year, in Tokyo, Billy Mills became a 10,000 meter legend by winning the gold medal in dramatic fashion. Teammate Bob Schul captured the 5,000 meter crown in Tokyo as well. The cross-country program built on the momentum from the stars of the 1960s running boom. In 1964, the program earned its first state qualifying berth. Repeated that same feat in 1965 and earned the first district championship in school history in 1966. The team was coached by Jack Prater. The 70s brought the birth of Apple computers, Microsoft, video games like Pong, the VCR, and who can forget Watergate.
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
Steve Prefontaine, the Oregon track and cross-country star, ushered in a running boom. Pre's rock star charisma helped bring about this movement, where runners like Bill Rogers and Frank Shorter became household names. Tipp alum Tom Rogers took over the program in 1970. Rogers helped develop some of the program's greatest runners: Dave Grimm, Dave Lytle, Jeff Rollins, Scott Dixon, and Tracy Freeman. Rogers' teams collected 3 consecutive conference, district, regional championships, finished 5th, and back-to-back runner-up performances at the state level. The 80s. In TV, Michael Jackson's Thriller, Madonna, Nintendo, and Super Mario. The AIDS epidemic, and Ronald Reagan.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And here comes the flight crew now. Commander Dick Scobie, followed by Mission Specialist Judy Westman, Ron McNair, Pilot Mike Smith, followed by Krista McCullough, Teacher in Space, Ellison Onizuka, and Payload Specialist Greg Jarvis.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Liftoff of the 25th Space Shuttle mission, and it has cleared the tower.
Engines throttling up, 3 engines now at 104%.
Challenger, go at throttle up.
Challenger, go at throttle up.
Flight Fido.
Go ahead.
RSO reports vehicle exploded.
Okay, everybody, stay off the telephones. Make sure you maintain all your data. Start pulling it together.
Today is a day for mourning and remembering. Nancy and I are pained to the core by the tragedy of the Shuttle Challenger. We know we share this pain with all of the people of our country. This is truly a national loss. The Challenger 7 were aware of the dangers, but overcame them and did their jobs brilliantly. They had a hunger to explore the universe and discover its truths. They wished to serve, and they did. They served all of us. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them, as they prepared for their journey and waved goodbye.
The 80s brought about the beginning of the girls' cross-country team, fielding its first athletes in 1980. Runners like the Hartlines, Carl Huntsberger, and Leslie Judy, the first female to qualify individually for the state meet in school history, led the team through the decade. In 1987, with dwindling numbers, the athletic department decided that cross-country would not be offered in the fall of 1988.
Tell me now, baby, is it good to you? And can he do to you the things that I do?
Bob, we are witnessing tonight a modern tragedy and drama of Shakespearean proportion being played out live on television.
In 1994, millions tuned in to watch a white Bronco speed across an empty freeway in California.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187.
The 90s brought us the Gulf War, the Clintons, technology boom, the internet, www. Became part of everyone's vocabulary.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out.
Appear that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Who can forget Katrina's knockout punch? Bush versus Bin Laden. The first African American president. The rise of Facebook and social media. An American Idol. Melanie Grimm became the program's first state qualifier since 1983. Enter Dave Larson, the camp out, the runathon. State qualifying return to the Tipp XC program. Fitzans, Bruns, Salyer, and Fink led a resurgent dynasty culminating with a runner-up trophy in 2008. What would the 1958 team think of us now? What would they see? They would see hugs and huddles, hills and high fives, mosh pits and mud, free falls and finish lines, costumes and cupcakes, champions and courage, kisses and camaraderie, double regionals and conference sweeps, campouts in Columbus, bucos and bonding, pack running and paint, coaches in college, passing of the torch and training, signings and scavenger hunts, volleyball and valedictorians, the front covers of programs and friendships, runathon and racing, Hermes and heroes, family, and forever.